All right, guys, welcome to the Saywhateverhowever podcast. I'm here with Paolo and I'm here with Trey. And this one's going to be a relaxed one, you know. And basically, I just wanted to talk to you guys. What do you use as motivation?
Do you want to start, P, or should I start?
Yeah, I use quotes as motivation. So, word schemes. I use many things like. Do you use as motivation?
You can use a lot of things for motivation.
A lot of things,
such as fear of failing.
Yeah.
That can be a good motivator. Even already failing, that could be a good motivation.
People's doubts.
Yeah, people doubting what you can and can't do.
Yes, you can use that as fuel. Because people are quick to put a judgmental scale on others, on individuals, and bracket them. You know what I mean? But we're bigger than brackets. If that makes sense.
What else do I use for motivation? Look, my peers as well, like people around you, your parents, your
Look what
family.
they did.
Being around good influences can be a good motivator for you as well. So if you're hanging around the wrong crowd, you're going to do the wrong stuff. Not necessarily, but it's
But that's how it works, though.
Yeah, most of the time
toll.
you do you follow the people around you in the same essence of what they do. So for example, if my friends are out partying every week, I'm probably going to be out partying every week because that's what they do.
And then what's that going to do if you just
leave? Sorry people. What I'm not saying it's wrong to party every week. You can do that anyway, but if you're not finding balance, say like partying as well as getting things done, say your goals, you're just going to end up in the same position for years. So for example, I'm 25 now. I went college, school. That's another thing, let me make a valid point of as well. With motivation, it's hard to stay motivated in something you don't enjoy. So let's get that out there right now.
Definitely.
If you don't enjoy what you're doing,
Yeah.
it's going to be hard to be motivated for it. So
Yeah,
for a start, find something you enjoy and work on it and
capitalise on it.
keep doing it until it pays you back. For example, that's what I can say in a nutshell. But many different things can motivate you in life. It just depends on what's going on at the time around your life and what age you are, I guess. Like for example, are you in school now?
I'm in college.
Oh, so you just finished school?
Yeah, I'm 18 years old.
Oh, you're 18.
Just turned 18 this year,
Yeah,
so
you look good for your age, man.
I look young, man. I know, I get it all the
Age
time.
around that. So basically, in school, your motivation would have been to get GCSEs,
Yeah.
so you can go to college. Right, for now, you're in college. What is your motivation after here? What are you doing it for? Where are you trying to lead it to?
So currently, like, I'm doing business studies.
Yep.
And I kind of got led into it because I didn't really want to do it, because at first I was doing acting at my other college place, but obviously it didn't really go too well because of my grades. And I kept on trying to tell the teacher, because of people messing about, throwing piece of paper at each other and like just doing like silly stuff, like not focusing. And then the teacher said, I'm not going to move you out because of your grades. So then she kept me in a situation where I eventually mixed in with like these people, and then became problems. And then obviously I sadly took off my course, and then I went to a different college and did business studies. And I'm actually blessed that I've done it, because I've learned a lot of stuff, like being assertive, you know, how to stay composed, like in a job, because I used to work at McDonald's.
Jeez.
And it was terrible there. Like I got like very mistreated there, but at the end of the day, it's experience.
Of course,
right.
That's a very important thing with these
experience.
jobs. The jobs you don't enjoy, they give you the most, like you say, experience. So, for example, you're getting mistreated by customers, or
Customers always
that
right.
means you're more
or even
you're self-aware then,
yeah,
and then you've got leverage. You know what I mean?
even members of staff members mistreating you or talking down on you. These are the things that give you experience. So when you do get older, when you do more jobs, you know what you can and can't accept, because everyone's different. Like some people may be able to take grief from customers all day and still go home and still be okay, whereas me, for example, because I've done these type of jobs, eventually people just talking to you a certain way can affect you and your motivation. So it's important to do these jobs because it gets you to where you want to go.
And it builds character as well.
Definitely.
Like, some people wouldn't like to work within retail or fast food chain or whatnot.
Yeah, no one's too good to do these jobs. Somebody's got to do them, and
somebody's got to do it. And like, where did that manager of that fast food chain or
Start.
that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they started somewhere,
Where
and we
did
all
they
got to
start?
start somewhere. So
Yeah.
Exactly. And like obviously what I'm looking to do after that is like creative media, innit? Because I'm into like, you know, my celebrity stuff and stuff like that. But basically my life is kind of wild, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of strange and very confusing, but it's gonna be a tiny bit confusing what I'm about to say. I live 2 lives. So basically you got the entertainer, you got the vlogger, you got the person who's, you know, sorting out his own life, his own problems. I don't live with my family currently, and I'm not alright with my family as well, because they gave up on me last month. And basically I've been through the care system through like since I was 14 years old to now, and gradually like through either being in care or being in foster and like mixing with different teens and what they've gone through and different experiences and backgrounds, I've managed to help them and like guide them into the right path. And like
That's good, because regardless of what you're going through, you still got enough zinc to try
to give
help,
back.
yeah, and self-guide. So it's important that regardless of what you're going through, always try hold a considerate edge, because you don't know what someone else is going through. So big up yourself for that.
That's what I'm saying. And like basically I've just become like a motivator for like the young people, and I just thought to myself, like, as it kept continuing, like I kept on changing people's lives and opening their minds like into a different perspective on how to deal with stuff, and giving them that compassion. Because obviously with staff carers, like I'm not talking bad on everyone, because there's some decent workers who will do above and beyond, like not just within the document, but like obviously I'm like basically I feel like I've got a massive responsibility for like the young people, because I've somehow managed to survive in a care system without smoking weed, without drinking alcohol, without being on county lines or whatever. I only got like groomed once, but like it failed because they eventually found out like who this guy was. He was lying about his age and everything, and he got me to a point where I was like mentally broke down and everything. I was very depressed and whatnot. But through all these experiences, like I've always got messages saying, yo, you saved me from suicide, or you know, you've really changed my life around. Now I'm in a football club because of you, or I'm going back into education, I'm going back into school because of you. So like it's like 2 characters that I've got, and I really enjoy doing it, because obviously I use it as motivation. Like it gives me like a feeling why I should wake up every single morning, you know what I'm saying? Like just knowing that I'm helping
I think
people.
what you're trying to get at is it's rewarding.
Yeah.
You enjoy doing it, and you've learnt from your experiences in life that certain things don't go right, and it's not the end in it. You can pull it back, or you've always got to look at the brighter side of things, because thinking negatively is only going to point in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So you doing this, what you're doing now, you enjoy it, and you're just spreading what you've experienced by motivating others and being there for them. So that's exactly what we do. Youth work is the same thing. Like we've grew up similar to how certain kids have here.
Dysfunctional backgrounds.
Yeah, we've been through it all. Like I've lived in about 15 houses. That's similar to foster care. Like you're always getting moved somewhere, and you can either go 2 ways about it. You can either have a chip on your shoulder all your life and just think, oh yeah, the world's harsh, and which obviously life is hard. No matter, it's either life is always going to be hard at some point, and it's how you get through it basically. So like me and Paolo, we do youth work, so even meeting kids like you, like it's rewarding to see that other kids are like-minded in it. Like they want to do good for themselves, they want to do good for others.
Yeah, regardless of the situation, like you might not be handed the best cards to deal with, but
you make the best of what you can, what you get,
and you manage to wake up, still do what you need to do, persevere, talk to who you need to talk to, which is important. And obviously what's important is once you know where you've gone wrong, you'll know where you go right.
Exactly.
If you know what I mean. So you know where you've gone wrong, where you've tapped in, and it's like you can put that to the curb, stay ahead of the curb.
You're very much
what needs to do it. What needs to get done right.
I'm just proud of myself in it, because I'm not gonna lie, like I've been in some like terrible like care homes, and I'm not a bad kid or anything. Like I'll tell you the reason why I'm in care in the first place, but like obviously like just teens like just acting irrationally, you know, breaking cars, fighting with stuff. Like, I've seen that, you know, showing me like stuff that I shouldn't have seen at a young age. I'm not really gonna expose it on here, but I think you've got a rough idea. And, you know, just growing around in that like harsh, violent, you know, chaotic environment, and it just really like makes you like just learn more about life, innit?
Yeah,
and
it can take a toll on you in a negative or positive way.
Definitely, and it can be mentally disturbing, but at the end of the day, like I said, I'm proud of myself because you don't really see like barely any young people who are doing what I'm doing today. So that's why I feel like I was put on this planet for a reason, and like I'm just like, if I don't do it, then who else will do it?
Yeah,
it's true though.
So
You should actually big up yourself,
Yeah, give
because
credit, man,
at your
I'm really
age,
lucky, man.
yes,
Like-
you are, man. You're very well educated and ahead of your time with wisdom, because at your age, I was thinking how you were thinking now, like I want to help people, and I was in college messing about still, like in and out of college, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, half-heartedly. Whereas it's more as men, we start getting more serious when we get to 22, 23, 21, and you're 18 already, so you're already ahead of your time. So
yeah, I think
men
mature a bit slower than women.
Yeah, women mature a lot faster than us, I think.
Yeah.
Mentally, and that especially. So I'd say you're doing great. You can only build from here, and the more you do it, the more experience, the easier it comes. You'll face different situations, different people, and it'll make your CV a lot more fatter and chunky for life. I'm not even gonna say for work, for life.
For jobs,
innit?
yeah,
Like,
just for your own sake, like what you've been through, where you've been, your development, your personality, your skill set, your traits. You know what I mean? Your mannerisms, like that all adds up.
Yeah, and that makes you who you are. Even now, you expressing how you feel and what you've been through, that's an important thing for us as men.
Which
we
is
can't
important,
do that.
yeah. That's what I mean. I appreciate you sharing them.
And
factors, man.
I know it doesn't really matter, but like, what are you guys' nationality? Like, I'm pretty sure it's like Caribbean, African, and like obviously you know that it's kind of we grow through a rough upbringing, in it. Like it's like, you know, the beatings and the belt and the whatnot. So that's kind of why I'm in care, because it's like safeguarding and whatnot.
Yeah, man. Like,
because my parents used to like take out the problems on me a lot, and like they didn't really like. They were always expecting more of me. Like, they didn't really appreciate the accomplishments that I've done and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been a non-stop feud, and just hopefully, you know, down the line in a few years, maybe it might, you know, get better, and we might start talking on levels again, or sometimes it might just have to be.
And if you do, you don't have to be pally. Like, even if there's just a nice civil communication relationship, like. Because
I'm agnostic.
You know what I mean? Like,
and like they were like my two parents were like religious in it, so it's like growing up in that very strict you know,
strict.
environment.
So if you don't correlate with what they're saying, it's like, oh, you're stepping out of line. But at the end of the day, individualism is a real thing. You're your own individual. Trey is, so am I. So it's like we live in our own timeline. We've got our own perspective. And yeah, you have to take every day as it comes. You know what I mean? But I know what you mean though, man. Like, when I was in high school, I was going through a lot of like family dysfunctional stuff, where it's like I'm at home, don't like it, but I'm coming to school trying to talk to some of my mates, or I'm trying to talk to my head of year, and I'm like, trying to get carers on the phone and whatnot, because I was going through some dysfunctional stuff. But that's only made me stronger as a person. And it's like, yeah, man, I can't hold that chip on your shoulder from the past, or it will just eat at you and you'll never persevere. And it's like, I've learned, you got to try to be happy for others as well, regardless of their situation. And when you're happy for others, you can be happy for yourself. That makes sense.
There's always this saying, like, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, that's the same, man. That's what I mean.
I feel like because of, like you say, it's not necessarily just black people or
it's not
Caribbean. Like, certain cultures.
Something like Indian, like
certain cultures are different on how they bring up the kids. For example, like certain cultures are more strict and follow religion and how to bring up the kids. Certain cultures, they're all different. So when you say before, like, Caribbean, black descent parents, they can be a bit more strict. It's definitely true. It's definitely true.
I just want to say, like, do you think it's right? Because, like, obviously I know, like, a little slap and whatnot like that's probably, like, goes on nowadays as close to acceptable, but, like, beating, like, your own children, like, I just don't really agree with that.
Now,
like,
you see, everyone's got a different opinion with this, so I'm just gonna say what mine is like.
No, that's cool.
So basically, I wasn't really beat as a kid, but I was when I was doing wrong, my mum would physically show me that I'm being bad, like I'd tap me on my bum or on my arm. Or
did you get the belt?
And no, that's the thing, like there's different levels to it. So I think, I'm not saying this is right, but the way I was brought up, like I would get hit when I was hitting my siblings or just being bad at school, but it was more like a tap on the bum, you're doing wrong, go sit on a naughty step type thing. But obviously there's different levels to it, so if you're getting beat with a belt or you're just getting hit
or you're getting gripped up,
yeah, like that's
stuff that's happened to me.
That's when it's a bit extreme.
Yeah, it's extreme.
But I'm not. I can't just be like, yeah, that's not how you bring up kids, because I know it's wrong, but I'm not a parent, you see. So I'm not saying, oh, you've got the right because it's your child, but I'm not. It's like me saying you should bring up your kid better. Like I can't really make that assumption, if that makes sense. I can't be like, yeah, you're abusing your child. Obviously, people have the different opinions, and yeah. Main point is, I don't think you should be hitting your kids like properly in it.
Yeah, because
it's not going to.
It can come across as torture, like.
Yeah, it's abuse. It's abuse, isn't it?
Like people.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like in year 7 and year 8, like I was getting in a lot of fights because of what was going on at home. Like I just wanted to let it out because I didn't understand it. Like I thought it was normal, and like even when the first time I told the head teacher, that's when it started like, clicking. Oh, we need to get him in faster. We need to get him faster. Like it were like, because I said to him like at a very young age, I was like, that's normal, innit? And he was like, what you talking about? Like that's called like child abuse. Like that's against the law and whatnot. And like I remember, which my dad doesn't really appreciate now to this day because he's got an Apple business and my mum's like a psychologist, so they're earning lots of money. And I remember I prayed, I went down on my knees in front of the police officer and I said, please don't arrest like my mum and my dad for what they've done. Because they did the exact same thing like twice, like after we went through everything, and then I went back to them and then I came out of care, because I've been out of care for like 2 times, and that's when I officially stayed like on the section, as now we've got to keep Ravana in the care system. And then it's just kind of like sad that they don't appreciate to this day, but then again there's a thing called unconditional love.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, and that's the main important thing. And like you said, it's about developing and growing as a human being.
Yeah.
What it is as well, Ravan, is I feel like the worst people, not the worst people, but the people who struggle the most in life, it's the way, it's what they've gone through and how they've not been able to let it go. Like, for example, you talking about your parents, expressing what you've been through. This is very important for you.
Because you hold it in.
Yeah, if you just hold it in and just, you'll have a chip on your shoulder. You'll like you said in school, you just want to go and have a fight just to lay it out, innit? Like, that's because we as men, or even humans, we're not good at venting our emotions.
Yes, it's good to self-express where and when you can to the right people who have no judgmental skill on your personality, on your persona, on your appearance.
So you
even like I remember in school, like year 9, year 10, like I was getting made fun of because I had a condition called autism, and I was very optimistic, very hyper, because I wanted to get about. Like I went to a place called Gorse Hill Studios, and that's where I practiced my acting and my dancing and stuff like that. It was really good, and yeah, it's just because I know, like I've even been friends with some people. Like I'm friends with pretty much everyone, but like even like the bad people who are getting in the wrong stuff, like I know when to keep my distance.
Yeah, man,
it's fall into the wrong crowd.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's important to keep yourself arm's length,
because you don't want to be getting in no public association, man, and wrecking your life.
Yeah, man. Like keep people at arm's length.
That's true. But
they're not doing no justice for you. What do you need to be around them for? To bring in drama. Don't need to be around them type of people.
It's called self-deprivation. See, and like
he's very well educated.
Yeah, trust.
And that's all you can be.
Yeah.
If the path that you're choosing to take and you've got loads of knowledge of it, and you know where you're going right, you know where you're going wrong, that's all you can ask for in life. Like, some people are oblivious to their own actions. Like, some people never think they do wrong, and even them people, you can't take it personal, because they've got certain issues that make them think that way. So for example, like, there's narcissistic traits. People with narcissistic traits genuinely believe what they do is right all the time. So you can't really, obviously you're gonna take things personal because we're only human, but once you understand why they're doing it and they can't help it, it's easier to accept. It's easier to accept how people are. So, for example, people taking the mick because you've got autism and things like that, they're just not educated in what autism is.
Yeah,
they don't understand it.
Like, that's what I mean. I've got a cousin who's got autism, ADHD, and disabled. So it's like, you couldn't last a day in his shoes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So people have got to be cautious on how they treat people and say things to people, you know what I mean? And like, that's what I mean. Some people are insecure, so they try flush their problems on another, just to be dismissive of their issues. So
and like my whole life has just been about proving people wrong because of what I've got.
Prove yourself wrong first, though.
Yeah, me as well.
Prove yourself right and wrong, and then you prove other people wrong.
Yeah,
whatever people say to you, use it as fuel. If you try self-doubt, you use it as fuel. Like, have a motor running in you.
It's just because I've mastered parkour. There are people saying, "Oh, you can't climb on buildings." I've done that. Like, even when I got into dance, there was a thing called hip hop. It wasn't really popular back in the day, and like, they were like, "Oh, what's that style?" Because the only popular ones were contemporary and something else, whatever it was. And I mastered that. I got certificates. I worked hard at that, and then it was rapping. And then people were like, "Oh, you can't rap. What are you doing?" And you're using a headset. So then I went, all right. And then I mastered that. I banged 10k views on my other track, and then everyone was quiet. And then it's just always people saying, "Oh, you can't do this, can't do this," because certain limitations.
Have you not heard the pattern there? You use that as motivation. If you haven't noticed, when people tell you can't do something, you like, "I can't." Well, I can. I'm gonna show you I can, innit? So that's another perfect example, bro. When people telling me can't do things, it makes him think, well, I'm going to show you that I can, because I'm going to learn and I'm going to do it, and then you're gonna give me my
accreditation
credit. You get me? So I think that's the main one for you. When people say you can't do that, you don't know how that works for you.
Yeah.
So you can take that as a positive and a negative. Like, you don't believe in me, sweet, but I'm going to show you why you should. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. Yeah, I
even use this example to young people, because it is nice to be like, push the other person to do well and he can succeed. But it's like, take it as a football game, you could have the best players there, you could have the best coach there, you could have the best football boots there, or you could be even a good striker or whatever. But if you don't believe in yourself that you're going to hit top ends or you're going to win this match, is his actions or his skills going to perform? And that's like life.
Yeah, of course. And it's like having an empty house, innit, with no furniture in it. Like, you're a house, but you're not a home. You know what I mean? Like, you can have the best gear, you can have the best team, but if you don't genuinely believe in your own abilities, you're not going to perform like you do. You
should, yeah.
So confidence is key, and you can tell he's got loads of confidence. Look, at 18, I was shy still. Me, I couldn't speak. Yeah, that water.
Is that half empty?
Yeah.
You get me? That's what I mean, man. You got to look at things in certain ways.
I do suffer with anxiety, but like it's hard to like tell in it from other people.
See, that's the thing with anxiety. You can be going through it and no one would even know.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
I suffer from it sometimes. It's just certain things trigger it, and everyone's got different triggers. So it's very understandable that. But I feel like what you're doing now, speaking to people, speaking to different people, speaking about what you've been through,
it's giving you a good gateway of where you want to head to.
Yeah, and even speaking about other people's stuff to learn what people have been through and why they're the way they are. You'll always understand someone if you know what they've been through. So I feel like you expressing yourself, asking questions, that's all you can do. Some people don't want to ask questions because they're scared to look like they don't know it all, but nobody knows it all. Yeah.
Nobody does. We'll always learn every day.
Yeah, you've got to be an open book. Even you doing this blog with me has taught me something. I don't know what it is, but you have taught me something. Like, you always learn things.
Same with you guys, man.
Every day, man. You know what I mean?
That's what you do when you talk, though, innit? You give and take. That's all you can do. So if I was just talking to you but not hearing what you were saying, like, I'm not gonna
grasp much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, is it my turn to speak? Yeah, it's just waiting. But
that's what I mean. You gotta have ears, man. You gotta be aware, have self-awareness.
100%.
And I feel like with you have good coping mechanisms, strong-minded. You get me? You can't let no one take that away from you. You get me? Which is important, man.
And our manners, like, they get you, like, very far in life, man.
Don't cost zero pennies, £0, and it's the people that have probably gone through the most.
Who have got the most manners?
That have got the most manners is people that don't really have a red scent about reality. Don't really have many manners. So
I believe in bad karma. I believe in good karma as well, because I remember, like, I was even helping so many people, like, so many homeless people on the street. And obviously I'm unfortunate myself, because back in the day I was living on £50 a week, and then when I was in my care system I was getting like pocket money, like £200, and then I was getting my other stuff, my other benefits and stuff like that. But now me on Universal Credit, I survived like off £344, like between 4 to 5 weeks to next get paid. So when I was helping the homeless and stuff like that, and I was doing like motivational Instagram videos and stuff like that, randomly out of the blue, like there was this guy, I didn't have enough to pay for something in my shopping at Lidl, and he just went, he went, hey mate, you know what, you're a nice lad, let me go pay for all your stuff. I was like, sure. Like, it's crazy, like it comes when you least expect it.
Karma has its way of paying you back. That's what it is. That's why when you find someone's phone or you find some money, you try to give it back to the owner before you think, yeah, I'm up. Because eventually karma will be like, yeah, you owe me, so it's time to pay back. Definitely. So I believe that's true. Like, if you're good to people, people will be good to you, 100%.
And if you're not good to people, it will reciprocate round.
Yeah, man, it will hit you, man. Different.
But don't be good to people just to get something back. You have to genuinely be good to be good, innit? Like,
it's got to be within your steez characteristic.
But some people are selfish. That's one thing in life you realise. Like, some people don't have that thought process of, oh, should I help this person, or should I do something for someone else? Should I go out of my way? Some people genuinely don't think that. So that's another thing you've got to realise in life.
Some people don't care.
Yeah, don't take that personal either, because not everyone's like you. Just because you think, oh, I've got to help people and I care. Everyone's built different.
I know. I've had to like shrug it off so many times. And like,
even me at this age, I still got to shrug it off. Just everyone's built different, and it's about finding like-minded people, and the ones who aren't like-minded, just learn to. When you learn how people are, they don't really affect how your day's gone or how you do things.
Can't bring you down.
Basically, so you just gotta learn that everyone's different. But how can I be always balanced? Not too much this or too less of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I struggle with that because like it's just in my nature to like be kind, and like obviously there's been so many people saying that you need to learn something called self-deprivation, which I have been working on, because there's even been people where I've been doing stuff for him, or I've been giving them gift cards, even though I'm unfortunate and like they've got a nice warm house, they've got a family around them, and then like there was this guy like. He said like the N-word like when I had 200 views on Insta. I was like, what was the need for that? Like, we were having so many good experiences. Another person, when I went to another youth centre, we did some good educational programs, and then after that he tried to do fraud on me, which I catched out, and I was like it's just these little things. And then also this girl, like,
I'll be honest with you, when you're a good, genuine clean-hearted person, people
want to take they'll try to take
they'll try to be elites, they'll try to take advantage.
They'll try to take an inch they'll try to take a mile when you give them an inch, basically. When people I don't know if they like, but people, they think as kind people as vulnerable. Oh yeah, he's an easy target.
That's right.
But yeah, we're not easy targets. We're not easy targets at all. We just, after that, it becomes a point where, right, who deserves my
genuine zinc? Yeah, there's a lot of opportunists out there.
Yes. And that's another thing you'll learn with time as well. Like, people are good at being fake.
So
like, I'm your friend and I agree with you, but you learn that you learn over time and with experience that not everyone is genuine.
You have to stay aware with when they approach you. Do they approach you when you're showing money, or you're looking luxurious, or you're going places?
Of the people you're around when you're up and down.
Cause I'll be down like for so many hours, or there'll be so many points where I want to give up and I need that little boost, and like I'm like, where are they now? Like, where are the people who said, I'll ride and die for you?
Like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Of course. But the main thing is with life, if you think negative, you're gonna have a negative mindset. You're not gonna. Negative things don't happen, but if you think negative about most things, it's not gonna help you day.
You're just gonna dwell.
But if you think positive, it certainly it brings in, like, what's that word? What's that thing? Manifestation. The other one where you think things and it happens.
Oh, talk it into existence.
Yeah, basically, it's like with your mood though. If you're happy and in a good mood most days, happy stuff and good things will happen. Yeah.
Like, I've been studying law of attraction, and I believe in it so much.
That's the one, law of attraction. I was looking for it, and you just said it. Yeah,
talking into existence.
Perfect.
That's what that is.
Like, bro, like, I'm gonna tell you a story, and it's so like unbelievable. Like, I wrote, like, from the start of the year, before the year, I wrote like all my goals that I want to accomplish. I said that I want to hit, like, I've still got the video online right now. I said I want to hit 2K subscribers. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. And then nothing was happening for like about 2 weeks. And then after a month, everything started coming into place exactly in order. I was like, what's going on? Like, it was like magical. Like, I was like...
See what it is as well. When you do new things, you want results straight away. Like, you want it to pop in. Like, you want 100,000 subscribers and straight away. But some people don't like to go for the long run. Like, if what you're doing now, it might not pay you and it might not benefit till you're my age. But the point is, it could pay you millions eventually if you just put the work in. Some people want the results straight away.
And they haven't got a passion for it.
Yeah.
Longevity, right?
And then they give up. So, but you can tell though, like, you're doing this now, like, you're doing what you're doing, and you're just wanting to learn and be an open book, a sponge. So, I think.
But yeah.
All right. We'll do a couple of 10 minutes and I'll wrap up.
Yeah. But I forgot what I was saying.
It's 10-2 now. So the session's finished.
Is it?
But yeah, point I'm making is, you be positive things will happen.
Definitely. Sorry, I got backtracked for a second.
It's fine.
But yeah, definitely. And obviously, like, there's so many people that respect me, and like there's so many people that I've got like generally like care for me, like when they're just like, cause I've helped so many people like stop self-harming themselves, stop like degrading themselves and doubting themselves. And I've just made people like come into a mindset where if you put the hard work in, because nothing comes easy, and you're committed, you're dedicated, and you're doing anything in your power to get to where you need to be, then things will fall into place eventually.
Of course. Like that's why we go school and college and uni. Like, it's small. Well, not small, because they're years of dedication for an end result. School, you do it for GCSEs. College, you do it to get your diplomas, and then uni is to get your degrees, and that is what gets you the jobs. Or it's not even just the jobs. It shows people that you are willing and dedicated to put the graft in. Oh, he's been uni, or he's been college, and he's dedicated to something for years. That shows people that this guy, this girl, this woman, this person can put in work when needed, and that's important skill to have in this life. But yeah, dedication and perseverance. That's all you can.
That's all you can do. Comfort is a drug.
Yeah, it is.
If you get comfortable,
stepping out your comfort zone is what will make you progress the most.
Yeah.
But that's the most advice I can give you on that topic. But I'm telling you what though, like, we'll have to continue this.
Yeah, we definitely will. We'll do a little episode 2, man. Why not?
Whatever other topics you got.
I'm coming in on Wednesday if you guys are on Wednesday.
I'm only in on Mondays.
All right, cool, no problem.
Parlo will be in on Wednesday. Are you in on Wednesday?
I'm in on Wednesday. Even
if you do one Wednesday, one Monday, or both on Monday, it's up to you. But anytime you're willing to,
yeah, sweet.
Talk again, I'm happy to.
I've really enjoyed like this conversation. I feel like I've known more about you guys, and you've known more about me as well.
Definitely.
And I've definitely took something away from this as well, and I've learned a lot.
Me too, and Parlo too. Like,
me too, man.
You can anytime you need to speak, about anything. See, that's what we're here for. That's why this is right up our street. What we just done with you now, like we just done it in a scenario where you're gonna go and show it to the world or edit it and do certain things. But this is what we do. We talk with you. We vent with you.
Self-guidance here and there, you know what I mean?
But yeah, thank you for having us on your podcast show, man. I appreciate it.
Cheers, I appreciate it. Do you guys want to plug yourself in? You got Instagrams or whatever?
Big up to yourself.
Do you know what?
Do have Instagram, but not for you.
Hideout you
Hideout, yeah.
Is where it's at. Obviously, I would give my individual Instagram, but I'd have all the kids following us. So, but yeah, thank you for having us, man. Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Cheers.
You too, bro.
See you guys later on the next one.